years ago.
Welcome to Relationship Soup. I'm your host, Lisa Hughes. Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. How y'all doing today? How was your weekend? Did you have a good week? My weekend was good. My week is off to a great start. I really can't even complain. Now listen. Yes, I know what some of y'all gonna say because I got your text messages and your DMs and everything. No, I didn't go live last Tuesday. I kind of needed I had to handle some stuff, right? So anyway, so charge my head and not my heart. I really wanted to be on, but listen, I'm back, right? So anyway, thank you so much for joining me tonight. You know, I appreciate all of y'all for pulling up. So whether you're watching me live on YouTube, Facebook, or whatever, you know, I appreciate you, or whether you are catching a rerun, I love you. And I thank you because y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all here with me and I appreciate that. So anyway, thank y'all so much for joining me. Now, you already know, before I get into my spiel and all that, y'all know before I get into the episode, y'all know I got to do my spiel. I see y'all comments already. I promise I'm going to bring them on. But y'all know I got to do my spiel because, I mean, what would this show be if I didn't do my spiel, right? And see, y'all, I bet y'all already knew that was coming. So anyway, you all know. Y'all already know what I'm going to say. What am I going to say? Put it in the chat. No, I was playing. So anyway, on YouTube, it's Relationship Soup, period. If you don't put the period, you're going to be somewhere else, right? If you want to join the forum, y'all, I've seen the conversations in the forum. Y'all something else, right? So anyway, if you want to join our Facebook group, it's Relationship Soup Group, right? If you want to follow me, it's Relationship Soup LLC. And of course, y'all know we still got the greeting cards. Them is all year round. It's relationshipsoup.com. All right. So y'all should have all that down. All right. So anyway, I see y'all. Let me go ahead and bring y'all comments on before I get into this episode because we just talking tonight. It ain't no guests tonight. It's just you and me, right? Leah Bennett, what's the science? What's been going on, famo? How you doing? How that handsome boy doing? Y'all good? Hey, Nikki. What's going on, Nikki? I've been seeing your face out and about, right? We kind of been getting it in. So anyway, I hope you and the mister are well. Really, Mark? Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what? I'm telling you, I got the little DMs and everything and the little text messages like, you ain't go live tonight? Nah, I ain't go live. I was like, I'm still alive and well. I'm good. Hey, cousin, what's going on? How are you? How's the family? Listen, You already know. 8 o'clock, I'm gonna be very hungry, and I'm gonna feel this hunger. You already know. So anyway, all right, y'all. So let's go ahead and get into this 84th episode. Like I said, it's just me and you tonight. We're just gonna kind of do a temperature check and talk. These ain't nothing new. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should be pretty used to these by now. So as I want to start saying, like, look, with every episode, listen, if you need professional help or whatever, look, this is just our opinion. We just talking. This does not take the place of counseling or none of that. Okay. Financial advice, none of that. Right. So it's just our opinion. So I just want to put that out there. Okay. And let me go ahead and put this link back out there for anybody that does want to get in this here studio. Okay, so I did put the link out there. Okay, it is posted to Facebook. If you want to get in the studio, click that link and follow the prompts. I would love to have you. I know. What's love got to do with it? You already know what you listening to that right now. What's the mathematics tweet? Absolutely. I know. You know what? I did see a few subscribers, and we're going to get that number up, Mark. It's going to happen at the right time. So anyway, y'all, this episode, I'm so glad to be back. I really did miss you all. So tonight's episode is just basically about reflecting, reconnecting, and realigning, right? We're going to kind of, do y'all remember the episode from a couple of weeks ago where we talked about grace and all that? Just kind of going to do a reflection of that. And then we just kind of get into some other, like, just talking points, some reflection, and then I'm gonna let y'all out of here because you know what? I can't lie, I am hungry, and I know my hunger should not be an excuse, but I'll be ready at 8 o'clock. I'll be ready. So I'm just saying. Looking like McGruff today, Barbara tomorrow, so I will be there. That's fine, Mark. Oh, next week's show is going down. All right, I'm gonna give y'all a little teaser at the end of the show because it's gonna be a really great show. I'm really looking forward to the next ones. I have a guest and everything. It's gonna be good. So anyway, the last episode, we talked about God's grace and how we're never too far, right? So tonight, again, I just want to check in with y'all, see how y'all doing, right? Now, since our last episode, I have had some time to breathe, center myself, and reflect. I do that pretty regularly. Life be life, and it just is what it is. So, that pause, and y'all already know, I tell y'all, give yourself grace. That pause does not mean weakness, right? Now, one thing I was thinking about with this episode is September, it was Suicide Prevention Month, right? So, that really matters to me because checking in with ourselves, whether emotionally, financially, professionally, or whatever, that's really important because it's not only about staying alive spiritually and mentally, it's about staying alive physically. I don't know about y'all, but I have known a couple of individuals that, unalive themselves, right? And I would have never guessed that they were going through so much where they unalived themselves. I know that there was a viral post about a young sister that recently, is no longer with us. She was 23, a mother of 3, beautiful girl. But, one of her last posts were, I'm tired. I'm very tired. And so, and me, with my background, my investigative reporter background, I actually looked at her social media, and you would have never guessed that she was feeling that way. So, that's one reason why I like to do these Lisa's Lens, because it's just really to get you in the mode of checking in with yourself. I mean, some of y'all probably do that on the regular, right? I ain't gonna lie to kick it like, I always did that because I didn't. Sometimes life be life, and sometimes routine happens. You really don't even take that time. So I hope with this episode that we are able to plant some seeds, continued seeds to check in with yourself. So that's just what I'm saying with that. I see your comments. Hi, Demetric. How are you? Yes, blessings to you as well. Thank you so much for that word. Thank you so much for the word from that last episode. I really appreciate you. It's about bullying. What's love got to do with it? It's every Sunday at 6 p.m. Oh, okay. That's what's up. I ain't up on a lot of these shows. I ain't gonna lie. I pretty much just kind of watch a few reruns. I don't even be on, some of the series and stuff. So anyway, so you know what? Sometimes inner temperature checks are not comfortable, but they're necessary. You have to do it. So basically that's just where we're going right now. I got some prompts. We just gonna kind of walk through them. And like I said, I'm gonna get y'all out of here because I'm telling you, tonight's feast is gonna be delicious. So anyway, so as I reflect on my own areas of life, personal, financial, professional, relational, listen, I hope that y'all do the same thing. And you know, one thing I do want to do, I want to put this out here. So wherever you're watching from, just make sure that you do the research. I do want to put the suicide lifeline out there, and a lot of y'all probably know that, but it's 988 suicide. That's the crisis line. So wherever you're watching from, just make sure that you do the research to see who you may reach out to. And reaching out is not weak. Call a loved one, this suicide line, whatever you have to do. The world needs you, and the world needs what you got. So, you know, don't give up, right? And I know that's easier said than done, but you know, I just want to plant those seeds for real. All right, so let's see here. So where do I want to go this week? So how are y'all doing? How y'all feeling? How's your heart? I'm just saying. Oh, and you know what? Another thing I want to say is for sickle cell, because September is also sickle cell awareness month. So love and light and prayer to individuals that are dealing with sickle cell. Y'all know my co-host, my ex-co-host, Dwayne Cobb, was dealing with sickle cell and stuff like that. So, you know, just love, light, and prayer to you. You know, may your health, may you be blessed with divine health. So anyway, I'm going to get into it. Oh, I see you, Jason. Peace to you too, Jason. You know you need to get in the studio again. So just let me know when you're ready. All right. So, you know, I hope that you all are well. And with these prompts, let's be honest. Y'all know, look, don't lie to kick it. Just answer these prompts honestly, whether you answer it in the chat, whether you answer them within, just be honest with it, right? So anyway, let me go ahead and get into this temperature check. And of course, we're going to do a true false, and then I'm going to get y'all out of here. So, all right. So personal, emotional check-in. All right. So my question to you is, what emotion has been visiting you often lately? Does that make sense? What emotion has been showing up in your life lately? Can y'all answer that? For me, I feel like I've been feeling more peaceful, right? More so peaceful and more hopeful, right? That's been showing up a lot. You know, I'm not really experiencing the anxiety that I was, because there was a period I was like anxious. But right now, peace is showing up, hope is showing up. And, you know, even with all that, patience, right? Patience has been showing up a lot. So, you know, I say that's where I'm at right now. Where y'all at? Where y'all at right now? Hey, Malik, how are you? Disbelief? Yeah, I know. Yeah, absolutely. And love and light and prayer to your family as well. I can only imagine. I'm telling you, this life, man, I'm telling you, life be lifing, right? 1 minute you be like, oh man, I'm winning, which you're always winning. But when that life starts happening, man, it can really be a shock to your spirit. Mark Lee says, I'm glad you're doing well, Mark. I'm glad you're doing very well. And may that continue to happen for you, right? So anyway, so while y'all answering that, I know that it's a slight delay. So financial check-in, what y'all been learning financially, right? Now, you know, I've been pretty transparent that, you know, I'm great at saving and all of that, right? But that investment piece, you know, I told you I opened my brokerage account and everything. And I've actually received some really good advice because, you know, I was kind of trying to figure out how to move with, you know, some of the events that are going on in the world today. And y'all know it's always something going on. This feels like the young and the restless of America, don't it? Don't it feel like that a little bit? So anyway, I've received some really good investment advice. So, you know, just moving with that. And so that is something that I have been learning financially. So let me ask y'all this. How y'all been as far as spending money? Are y'all spending in ways that matches your values? Are y'all investing in ways that matches your values? Are you spending to numb yourself, impress, or avoid? Where y'all at? Be honest with yourself. How y'all doing financially? Are y'all meeting them goals? Are y'all meeting them financial goals? I'm just saying. Mark says fatigue is fatigue emotion. Listen. Whatever it is, I can definitely identify with that, right? Y'all know I be keeping late hours sometimes. So yeah, fatigue. So what you doing about that, Mark? You been feeling fatigue? Have you been taking your vitamins? You been taking care of yourself? What you been doing about your fatigue, right? Also trying to figure out future of one of my organizations, looking for a new executive director. That's what's up. That's what's up. And I hope that you are able to find out. What sources are you using to try to find to fill the position? Talk to me. All right, so moving on. So as far as professional, how y'all doing professionally? Mark has kind of jumped ahead, right? He talked about how he's doing professionally. How are you doing? Um, what are you doing that grows you or pays you? What are y'all doing? Are y'all, just sticking to your regular 9 to 5? Or are you branching out in some of the other things, right? Stocking up for winter, I think it's going to be a hard winter. You know what? I've been feeling that too, Jason. I really have. I feel like this winter going to be a fool, for lack of a better term. I really do. Oh, yeah, Nikki, you trying to fill that position, Mark. Now you see that, right? Let me go to YouTube. Hilarious. I need to get better. Absolutely. Yeah, I can agree. I probably need to get better with rest too. But I stay up on my herbal remedies and stuff like that. I do try to make up when I be losing sleep and stuff. Lisa, you know how old I am, as well as I work my ass off. Great way to start saving money is to invest in Vanguard, S&P 500. Oh, yeah. Okay. You know what? I'm going to see that and note that, because I've definitely gotten some advice on what to invest in. So, yeah, absolutely. I'm going to check that out. I'm going to definitely check that out. They hired a search firm in the area, but it's a national firm. Okay, that's what's up. I'm unemployed, underemployed, and looking to. What was that? Was that college, fam? Was that college? I forgot. What was it? ACDC? What was it? I forgot. I remember that commercial. I'm hearing it, but I can't identify the source. Arts Consulting Incorporated, if I remember correctly, you can look it up. Can you move to NC? See? Leah, can you move to NC? I'm just saying, can you move? Nikki's laughing at you, fam. All right, so that's what's up. All right, so yeah, whatever investment advice y'all have, go on and put it in the chat. What y'all doing? How y'all growing y'all portfolios? What y'all doing? I'm just saying. All right, so as far as professionally, I just feel like professionally in my day gig, because by day I'm a professor. I feel like, I've really mastered just even the classroom environment. I'm still doing my professional development and stuff too, looking for new ways to challenge myself. I'll say a highlight. One of my highlights recently, y'all know the college that I teach at. I ain't gonna say that online. Some of y'all know that. But anyway, this group of students, I really appreciate their feedback. I am so impressed with the progress that they're making in class. And, one thing that I definitely try to do as a professor, and, I think my educators out there can agree, you really try to create a classroom that's inclusive, that's comfortable for learning, so on and so forth, right? And, I've sat in several classrooms. I have a few degrees, and I can say that even at some of the best colleges, I'm not going to say no names, that environment was not created. So anyway, let me skip ahead. So basically, I've been really proud of my students, right? Let me brag on them for a little bit. Now, I do have some students that have phobias about speaking and stuff. I'm talking about to the point of being so anxious where they feel like they're going to throw up, right? And so I had this activity last week, and, some of the students had expressed that, hey, I'm, afraid, whatever. But the support that my students offer to each other, it was just so amazing. And that those students actually spoke up. And I know y'all like, for real, that's small, but no, that's huge. That's really huge. I love when I'm able to challenge my students outside of the academia, outside of the work. You know what I mean? With personal growth or growth with self. That means a lot. I'm just saying. You taking notes, Miss Woodson? You taking notes? That's what's up. Like I said, I spend too much time eating out. Balance that, Mark. You better cook some meals. You don't be cooking, Mark. You don't be cooking no meals. You better start cooking, especially with some of these theories going around about some of this fast food. I'm just saying, you better start cooking. Need exercise regimen too. I need to get a bike so I can get back to riding. Maybe even some group sports like volleyball, baseball. Absolutely. Staying active. That's going to keep you young. That's going to keep you timeless, right? So get back to exercising and eating right and cooking for yourself, even energetically. I'm really big on energy and health and stuff like that. And my closest circle, they know that. So what about y'all relationships? How y'all doing? How y'all doing with y'all family ships? I done had a conversation with a few of y'all. So how y'all doing? How y'all doing with y'all relationships, whether it's with family, friends, your boo? How y'all doing? I'm going to give y'all a second because I know that there's a delay. By the audience, if you don't have Lisa's cards and t-shirt, order them. They are amazing. Absolutely. I use that good cotton. I use that really good cotton. I cooked a meal today. Had some, what's that, Brunswick? Oh, okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. We saw this one. That's what's up. All right, so that's a beautiful thing. I'm glad that y'all saw it. Nikki, I be seeing your posts and they be so inspirational too. And I love it. I love to see love in my timelines. I really do. It is just so inspirational, right? So anyway, what am I learning? As far as my relationships now, family, friends and all that, I say that every aspect of relationship for me is good. It's really good right now. And I think that one of the things that I'm learning more so is patience. And, one of the messages that kept coming across to me is, like even on social media about watching your circle, right? I don't know what it was. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. But that message kept coming to me. And so, and I have started doing that. You start seeing things and you start kind of understanding who belongs and who don't, because everybody don't belong. But for the most part, my people, we all good. We all good. So let's see here. Let's see. So let me ask y'all this. Is there a relationship in your life? Let me go ahead and put this in the chat because I'm curious. I'm nosy too. I guess it's just my journalistic background, my journalism background. All right, y'all. So I want to ask y'all this. Is there a relationship in your life right now that needs honesty? Is it? And are you ready to address it? My circle is, hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. If you blessed to have your circle, keep it closed. No new friends. What's that, Drake? Who said that? No new friends. No new friends. Unfortunately, special people be living in other states. Oh, Lord. You know what? Yeah, sometimes them distance, I'm telling you, them distance they be everything. They really do. All right, y'all. So what about y'all health? Marcus kind of talked about his health. How are y'all doing with y'all health right now, right? What's your body asking for? Are y'all listening to y'all body? What's your body saying? Right. There's a song that's playing in my mind right now. Your body's calling. What's your body saying? What's your body saying? Yes, that I'm addressed. I'm glad. Coach Boyd, I ain't surprised. I know how you are about health and exercise and all that stuff. I'm not surprised. I dropped 5 pounds. You did? What? That's what's up. Because you know what, Nikki? This is the thing. Sometimes when we get into relationships, and I can speak for myself, y'all know I'm pretty small, right? But sometimes in a relationship, you be getting them little pounds, right? You be getting them weight, but you done lost weight. That's what's up. And he's not stressing you out. Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. I'm just saying. My body. Your body want a margarita. Well, get you one. Get you one. You gonna get a margarita tonight? That's what's up. Though we have that together. That's what's up. That's what's up. No, it's your cancer background. Don't blame it on the. You know what? Cancers are kind of nosy, though. Cancers are very nosy. You know who else is nosy? I'm going to tell y'all. I think Leos are nosy. I think Cancers are nosy. Who else is nosy? Who else nosy? Let's see here. Leos, Cancers. Yeah. I know they real nosy. I'm just saying. Nikki, my body would do with a Heineken or really? Nah, he doesn't stress me out. This man feeds me. And I have to put, I know that you posted, he be barbecuing, he be doing all kind of stuff. Mr. Bonner be getting it in. He be cooking. That's what's up. All right, so let's see here. So what's your body telling? What's your body calling for, right? And what value have you neglected to live out in the past week? What y'all supposed to be doing that y'all ain't doing? All right, let's see here. So for me, as far as health, I'm pretty much a health nut. You know, I have been kind of eating out a little bit, been kind of getting outside with some friends, right? For these last little bit before the snow falls, because you already know when that snow happened, I'm hibernating. I'm not coming out. Don't even call me, because some of y'all gonna get mad when I don't come out. And wintertime, I ain't coming out. So enjoy it now while I'm outside, because I'm about to go back inside. So as far as my health, you know, I've been really studying herbs and stuff like that. I definitely do go to like a holistic doctor. Some of y'all know that. So I've been keeping up on my regimen. You know, I think I was kind of deficient with vitamin C. So, you know, I've been really intentional about putting vitamin C in my diet. Right. So, yeah, that's where I was deficient at. So, you know, I've just been really intentional. You know, I listen to what my doctor say. I listen to what my holistic doctor says. So that's just where I'm at. And then, you know, I do my own due diligence. You know, I study about, you know, different remedies. I love the body. So, you know, I'll be studying about the body, how it works and all that. So, you know, Scorpios. Yes, Scorpio. You know what? And my best friend is a Scorpio. Scorpios can be very nosy. I'm just saying. Pisces and Gemini can be nosy. Man, I got a lot of Gemini in my chart. Is that part of the reason too, Mark? You think? I got a lot of Gemini in my chart. Something up with the audio. Y'all can't hear me? Is my audio messed up? Holla and let me know. Can y'all hear me? Let me know, Mark. You said my audio is messed up. Somebody text me. Let me know how my audio doing. Is my audio messed up? Let me know. All right, so let me see here. Nikki says getting that vitamin D. Listen, I'm good on vitamin D. Like the sun, because I pretty much try to get out every single day. You know, I sit out on my porch, I ground myself. Okay, thank you, Nikki. I appreciate that, because I'm like, hey, let me know. So, yeah, Mark. All right. So anyway, so, you know, I really do try to ground. I'm up on my vitamins and stuff like that. And some of the herbal remedies that I take, it helps to feel that. Yeah, my holistic doctor got me hooked up. She was like, oh, you deficient? Say less. What I got to do, sis, so I can get up. But vitamin D, I'm good. Yeah, I definitely be getting out in that sun. You know, I keep up with my herbal, my vitamins and stuff like that. I don't drink milk and all that, because I know there's vitamin D milk, right? I ain't drank milk in so long, unless it's just like a glass of milk. Y'all still drinking milk at this grown stage? How many of y'all still drinking milk? I ain't drinking milk right now, though. I can't drink no milk. It's gross to me. Grind, get it. Get ready. It's a new, absolutely. It is a new day. It's a new day. I appreciate you, Nikki. Thank you for that. Thank you, John. I appreciate you. Shantae Harts. What's the science? What's going on, Shantae? Listen, you need to get in this room with me. I really love what you're doing with your affirmations, with your Bible verses and stuff like that. I'll be seeing you. You need to get in this room and sprinkle my listeners with it. I'm just saying. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I know where you was going, Scorpio. I see you. Ooh, listen, Nikki, I'm gonna drink on that. Hold on. You talking about that vitamin D piece, Nikki? See, listen. The sun or somebody's son. I'm just gonna drink on that. No milk for me. Hey, Courtney, what's up, Court? How you been? It's been a minute. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Yeah, no milk for me. I'm good. I cannot. That milk, Somebody messed it up for me in like second grade. So I ain't really drank no glass of milk since the second grade. I haven't. I can't. But you know, there's some influencers that I follow. Like I follow a lot of like holistic people. And I remember one of these reels was talking about how, I guess after you've done breastfeeding, that breastfeeding stage, you don't even need milk. And that humans are the only species that drink milk after, like, I don't know, infancy or whatever that stage is. I'm just saying, I can't do it. But somebody messed it up for me in second grade. I wonder, can I sue? Because he messed it up for me bad. Y'all want to know what he did? I'm going to tell y'all right quick before we move on. So anyway, we was in the cafeteria. I'll never forget it. He had the blue milk, you know, the milk with the blue carton or whatever. And I just remember, you know, sitting down at the little table and stuff. This dude was putting boogers in his milk. Like he was digging in his nose and putting boogers in his milk and drinking it. So that messed it up for me. Can I sue? Is there a statute of limitations on that? Because he messed it up. I'm just saying, I don't drink no kind of milk, no almond, no cashew, no milk. I can't do it. Ugh. It was on my end. Okay, that's what's up, Mark. Yeah, don't be playing with me, Mark. I just had some, ugh. I can't do, I can do ice cream or something like that. Like, it got to be like hidden. Like, it can't be in like a milk form. Like, because for me to like have a glass, I can't do it. I can't do it. Yes, Shantae, you got to come back. You have to come in. I'm saying coming back. You got to get in this room because I really love what you're doing. And I think that my listeners would be able to appreciate that too. Yes, Shantae, he really did. He really did. I couldn't believe that. He was putting boogers in his milk and it messed me up. Like, it messed me up real bad. I'm just saying. Trauma is very real. And sometimes adults ain't always the one traumatized. And sometimes it be these kids. I'm just saying. I wasn't being bullied, but I guess that it was trauma. It's traumatizing, this bullying, because I cannot, like, to this day, I cannot. Me and milk, You feel me, M. Woodson? I'm just saying. No milk for me. I'm good. And my bones are still strong. I ain't really been having no problems or nothing. I'm just saying. Hey, Derek, how are you? I hope you and mom are well. Hug your mama for me. All right. Yes, mommy is watching. She is watching. Yes. And she knew I was coming on live this week. She absolutely knew it. All right. So let's see. Is there anything else? That's disgusting. Seems emotional. I should be able to. I still remember who the student was, right? I'm just saying I was so grossed out and I was not able to drink milk after that. It was just a no-go. I was not going to be drinking no more milk. All right. So let's see here. Where else are we going? Did I cover all the areas? I think I did. I did. Make sure I ain't miss none of y'all comments. All right. So boom, y'all. That's a form of bullying. I'm that way with cottage cheese and yogurt. Can't do either of those. You know what? Cottage cheese, okay. Yogurt, not so bad. I can fool with. I can fool with yogurt. I don't really though. Like, honestly, I really don't do a lot of dairy. I don't. I mean, Angela Bassett says she don't do dairy too much. And you see how fine she look. I'm trying to be timeless. You hear me? I'm trying to stay timeless. And so dairy, I guess it has effects where it can like age you or whatever. Again, do your own research. Don't go by me. Okay. I'm just going with seem like it worked for me. Booger. Listen. Gross. I was so grossed out. Oh, Miss Pat would appreciate that. Mom, I know you watching. Courtney says he is sending you love and hugs. All right, boom, y'all. So let's go ahead and get to this true false. Tonight will probably be a little shorter, right? Next week's episode is going to be on point, though. So let's go ahead and go through a couple of these true false. So let's see here. And I cannot emphasize enough, y'all, like for real, like if you are in a dark place, because a lot of us have been in a dark place, right? If you really feeling like you're in a dark place, please reach out for some help. For real. Do not suffer in silence. Like, I get the whole idea of like, solitude and, getting quiet, because I tend, for the most part, I do that mostly every day, but you have to find balance with that. Right? Because you can be alone too much and it can really make you sick. Like it can result in you actually not getting help that you need, right? It can become routine for you, and that's not always a good thing, right? It takes a village, even to be an adult. You are timeless. You know what? Hey, let me tell you something, Mark. I'm gonna pop my little collar a little bit, right? So this weekend I hung out with some friends. Last weekend I hung out with some friends, right? So anyway, we was at the little bar or whatnot, and I got carded. She was like, oh yeah, I need to see your ID. And I was like, for real? She was looking like I was gonna be offended. I'm not offended. You can see all my IDs, for real. I even gave her a tip. Maybe that's why she did it, but I'm just saying. Hi, Jacoby, how are you? How you been? You need to get back in this room too. We need to revisit some of those conversations too, especially with the times that are ahead of us. We really need to revisit some things. I'm sending hello to your mom. Thank you so much. My mama gonna appreciate all the love. I know she gonna tell me after the show, she gonna be like, girl, I seen all that love on there. Your friends is my friends. So yeah, anyway, thank y'all so much for all the love. Yeah. So anyway, all right. So y'all, let's go ahead and shift gears. We're gonna get this true false in. Ooh, and I'm gonna be getting my little meal early tonight. All right, so let's go ahead and do these true false. All right, so let's see here. Now this true false is a little bit different. This is going to be more of a temperature check for you, right? To see where you are. You know how normally the true false is kind of a temperature check, but you know, it'd be really theme related. Like this one, this true false is for you. All right. So let's see here. All right. So true or false, this is for you. All right. And I will bring it on. All right. So true or false, I give more energy to fixing others than caring for myself. Is that true or false for you? I'm curious. Now, y'all know I'm nosy. So do y'all give more energy to fixing others than caring for yourself? Is that true or false? Holler at me. So I give y'all some time to answer that one. I would say for me personally, though, for me, this is false because I've definitely been pouring into self. Now, was there a time in life where I poured into others more than myself? Absolutely. You know, I was trying to pour from an empty cup. So I would say for me, I am pouring more energy into myself versus others. I have to. I've learned. Okay. And it was exhausting, absolutely exhausting, spiritually, mentally, and physically for me. So now Lisa pouring into Lisa. I'm just saying. That's how you stay timeless. You got to pour into yourself first, you know. So Courtney says, true. Genesis says, hey, beautiful. How you been, Genesis? False for now, but true, not very. Okay, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm pouring into self. Shantae says, true. Shantae, I know you a mama, Shantae. I know you a mama. You got to take that time, though. Sometimes true. Hey, beautiful. Hey, Nichelle. True historically. Derek. Come on now, Derek. I need to follow your lead. Yes, absolutely. We need to encourage each other, for real. That's what relationship soup is about. We got to encourage each other, right? I have some friends who are in crisis mood, and I'm concerned. Mark, yes, stay on them. Stay on them. I know, yes, stay on them, right? And I hope that they get help. I will pray for them. I will absolutely send a prayer for them. If you feel comfortable, now you ain't even got to send me their name. I'm just going to pray. It'll know that prayer will know where to go. Hey, gorgeous. I'm learning to take care of myself. Absolutely. It's amazing, you know, and I'm sure it's situational and case by case. It's amazing how many of us don't take the time to take care of ourselves. Why is that? Why is it that there are so many people that don't take time to take care of themselves? If it drains you, it's not for you. Absolutely, it's not for you. It's not. Absolutely. So anyway, just remember, overgiving without self-care leads to burnout. So you might be all right now, but eventually you're going to burn out. You know, listen, especially if you are a parent, I don't know what your situation is, you're going to burn out. So you got to figure out how you get balanced with that. All right, so here we are. Let's look at another one. Let's look at another question. Thank y'all so much for your participation. What about this one, y'all? All right, so let me bring this on. True or false, I'm more comfortable hiding my feelings than speaking them out loud. I'm more comfortable hiding my feelings than speaking them out loud. What you think? Courtney says, I think it's human nature to want to help it. I think so too. You know, I think people are innately good. And, you know, I think that there's a lot of people that just want to help. You know, I believe that. I definitely wholeheartedly believe that. So Nikki says, false for me. Okay. All right. I'm more comfortable hiding my feelings than speaking them out loud. I'm going to put that back up there. Anybody else? Will there be another? I think for me, let's see here. Nope. Nope, Derek. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. Passive aggressive. I make myself speak up to avoid later resentment. Oh, ooh, that's good. That's really good. That's really good. Absolutely. That's really good. I want to be understood. You know what, Derek? Let me see here. Yeah, you know what? I do too. I agree with that. I want to be understood too. I think that's really that's something. I'm a typical Cancer, so I internalize a lot. So true. Okay, okay. False. Let you know whether you want to hear it or not. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Holly says false. Okay, all right. So for me, I think it depends. It really depends. Like, I'm pretty much blessed with my counsel, if you will, my divine connections. I know I overuse that term. So listen, I'm going to look, I will talk about my feelings. I absolutely will talk about my feelings. So, but I'll just say that, hey, if you find where you need to find balance with that, just practice telling one small truth this week, right? Just practice that. All right. So let's see here. Let's see. We still got a little time. We still have a little time. So let me go ahead and post this question here. Okay, so true or false? My spending habits reflect my values. True or false? My spending habits reflect my values. Is that true or false? Let me know what y'all think. So let's see here. So Holly says, I say it with understanding of others. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, absolutely. I'm with that, Holly. I'm with that. Absolutely. I say it with understanding of others. Yes, absolutely. I think that is a good thing. So Courtney says, fail to speak my feelings, but I think I tend to overshare. It's hard for me to find balance because I've never been afraid of the truth. You know what? I could say that about you, Courtney. Absolutely. Absolutely. You've always, wait a minute. Ain't you a little sag? Courtney, ain't you a Sagittarius? I forget her. I don't think you a Scorpio. I think you a little sag. And sags do not, boy, listen. They gonna tell you the truth. They don't care how it come out. Them sags is gonna tell you the truth. You hear me? A sag is not gonna sugarcoat. Gonna give you that truth raw in the mud. My spending habits, yeah. So do your spending habits reflect your values? Nikki, you know about them. Listen, a sag, and you know our one homegirl. She is a whole sag. A sag is gonna tell that they don't care. Listen, they don't care how bad it cut. They gonna tell you the truth. They gonna tell it all. I'm just saying, they ain't gonna sugarcoat it. So Derek says yes. Courtney says both. Nichelle says next question. Oh, you be on Amazon, Nichelle? We was just talking about them in class today. You be on Amazon spending all your money up, right? You be buying stuff. Nikki says my spending habits reflect my lack of purchasing self-control. Listen, I'm just saying. That's right. You are a sag, Courtney. Yeah, absolutely. You've always kept it 1,000. Always. That's why I do it. I love my sags, though. Y'all be hurting my feelings sometimes, but I love a sag, though. I'm just saying. False. I see it. I want it. Nikki, I already know. You a Leo? Oh, yeah. Man, Leo, y'all gonna spend that money. Well, y'all don't be budgeting at all. Leo's just gonna spend they last little, but they gonna be looking good, though. Leo gonna stay looking nice. But y'all, listen, y'all gonna spend all them coins. Yeah, I overshare sometimes too. Yeah, absolutely. Now, oversharing. Now, I ain't no therapist or nothing like that. I just remember this influencer that I follow was talking about how oversharing can be like a traumatic response or whatever. Have y'all heard that? What y'all think about that? Why y'all overshare? Why do you think you overshare? I know Courtney mentioned it earlier. Yikes, that money doing much better, less frivolous spending. Yeah. Y'all already know me. I'm frugal. I be frugal. I mean, I do splurge though. I like nice stuff. I will splurge, but I be saving. I be trying to save. I overshare sometimes, even about family and friends. Why do you think you overshare, Mark? I'm just curious. Always on Amazon. Listen, fellow Cancer, and I don't know, like my spidey senses told me that Amazon was like your nemesis, that you be spending a whole bunch on Amazon. Amazon can be very addicting, though. It can be very addicting. I'm just saying. Yes, oversharing. Yes, I remember listening to that. So yeah, get to the root of that, because your energy is currency. So you got to be very careful what you divulge, right? Now, if you're in good hands, like me and my circle and I feel like I'm in very good hands, right? So, even when I have overshared about certain things or whatever, I didn't feel depleted. You feel me? Because I know that my circle be praying for me or whatever, and they'll feed me, But you have to be very careful when it comes to oversharing, because your energy is currency, and you have to be very careful who you are letting into your life, right? And depleting you. I'm just saying. I want to know the clinical answer of why we overshare. You know what, Genesis? I'm going to look for that influencer or whatever, because I thought that was pretty profound, because I had, like I said, I can overshare. I have overshared in my life before. So it's supposed to be somewhat of a traumatic response. I don't know what it would be for you, but I know that this person really broke down some things, even like from a child. Like, I ain't going to try to regurgitate it all. I just know, just paraphrasing, oversharing can be, I'm not going to say it's a definite, because everybody's situation is different, traumatic response. So let's see here. Nichelle, it's not your fault, sis. All right, so let's see here. Sometimes I be wanting to brag on folks. Okay, yeah. Courtney says, to me, truth is light, so I want us to bask in the light. Therefore, I always want to be truthful and honest. Absolutely. And, you have to assess when to do that. A SAG gonna do that by nature, though. That's why I don't mind having y'all around, because a SAG is gonna tell you the truth. And, the truth is the light, right? And like the sun and moon, it can't be long hidden. You feel me? So the truth is a beautiful thing. But, I'm one of them ones. Maybe it's the Libra in my chart. I believe in balance. I'm just saying. And sometimes folks like to be modest. Yeah, they do. They do. You balance. I know I overuse that word too. I do more damage at the groceries. Listen, the grocery stores. Listen, these grocery stores. Well, these groceries, man, I be feeling like I'm at Saks Fifth Avenue. You feel me? Like, by the time you get a couple meats, some vegetables, you're like, man, you be having 2 bags and then spent like $200. Remember back in the day when we could go to like them stores, like, I won't say the name on mine, and you could get like 20 bags. Like, if you spent $200, you had like 20 bags. But now you spending $200, you may have a 1.589 bags. I'm just saying. The grocery store, man, I tell you. One reason is a desire for validation and attention. That makes sense. So maybe if you were ignored as a child, maybe you might feel the need to overshare. I don't know. I'm going to look that up, Genesis, and I will give you their name. I will absolutely give you their name, and you can kind of assess for yourself what you think. Groceries ain't cheap. And I'm not complaining. So let me not come from a place of lack, because I've been very careful with how I move when I speak and how I think, because I never want to come across lack, right? I'm just saying, this is just an observation. Groceries, the price of meat, they are a little expensive, but I'm blessed I'm able to, buy groceries. I'm just saying. Other reasons include impulsivity, a lack of social awareness, the pressure to conform in certain social groups, mental health issues like anxiety or stress. I can see that. Is that what ChatGPT said, Nikki? Is that what Chat said? Holly says, that's why growing your own veggies and some fruit, it's great and saves money. Absolutely, Jacoby. That's why we need to get you back in this room so we can talk about that. We need to talk about that. Being able to grow your own, do your own is always better, because you can see, you know what's going into it. Maybe I'll get some chickens and stuff. I don't know. I need to do something, because some of this stuff I'll be reading online and in articles and stuff is very unnerving. I'm like, man, sometimes I don't know what to eat. Remember when you could go and spend like $75 and listen, I know $75 is going to get you a half a bag now. You're going to get half a bag for $75. I'm just saying. Google told me. I know. So Nikki, was it the Google with the AI though? You know how Google, it gives you the AI results first? Talk to me. All right, so let's see. Where else do I want to go with this? All right, where else do I want to go? I guess I am going to end up going an hour. I always be like, no, I'm going to get out of here early. I was talking to my mom. I was like, yeah, I ain't going to be on the whole time. I'm just going to do a quick temperature check and then I'm out. All right, so let's see here. Where else do I want to? I'll give y'all one more question. All right, what about this, y'all? What about this one? Before we wrap up. Okay, so I have at least one person I can call when I feel low. Is that true or is that false? I have at least one person I can call when I feel low. I know there's a little delay. So I'm going to give y'all a chance to start generating those answers. Y'all already know my answer. I got a couple people I can call when I feel super low. So, yeah, absolutely. Mark says, yes, I have friends I can call when I feel low. And you know what? You know, for everyone, this is important. For my brothers out there, y'all will suffer in silence. Right? Y'all need y'all little man community or whatever, like y'all homeboys or something. Like, y'all need a community for real. And I know that I know a few brothers that don't have, you know, that support. Right? Y'all need to get that support. And it's not weak. It's not weak at all. And I know the world be telling y'all, hey, yo, you need to be strong. Sometimes you got to talk it out. Even biblically, it wasn't expected for us to heal ourselves, right? I'm just saying, ain't no man an island, right? So I'm just saying, true. Michelle says true. Holly says true. Yes, absolutely. Brothers, do y'all got somebody y'all can call? Y'all cousin? Sibling, somebody? A woman? Your woman? Or whatever you want. Hey, Auntie, true, absolutely. Courtney says true. Mark says not me. All right, so if this is false for you, your next step might be building connections, right? You know, start small, you know, maybe one check-in or text to someone you trust, right? So anyway, you know, I like to think that I am that person that people can reach out to when they feeling low. In fact, I know I'm that person, you know. So just know if you need somebody, DM me, okay? DM me, because I would rather you DM me, because I ain't gonna tell your secrets. You feel me? So if you need somebody DM and you don't have that support, holler at me. All right. So let's see here. What time are we looking at? What time? All right. So Holly says, I have a sister in BFF. That's awesome, Holly. That is so awesome. Yes, everyone needs a true blue, but must be cautious of trauma dumping onto their person. Absolutely. That's very important. I see you, Nikki. So you should have got into this room tonight, right? Because you can absolutely trauma dump. I've heard of that as well. I'm going to let it all out, though. So if you my people, I'm just going to let it out. My mom, my aunts, some best friends of various ages. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's a beautiful thing. All right, y'all. So this time is getting limited. Thank y'all so much for joining me tonight. You know, I hope that you've taken a moment to check in on yourself. I hope that this plants the seeds of checking in on self, and even to check in on some of your people. Check on your people, right? Because sometimes the very ones that seem like they are coasting through life and that they're doing well, they really be needing somebody to check on them. Check on your strong friends, them strong ones that always be there for everybody. Check on them. For real. Not me was to another question. Oh, okay. Yeah, I figured that, Mark. You know, I just kind of bring them on and then, you know, I assess what you were talking about. All right, so boom. So y'all know that I love to leave y'all with an affirmation. Y'all know I love affirmations. Let me go ahead and put this on before we get out of here. All right, so this affirmation for today, I am guided by divine love and supported by divine order. Nothing is too hard for me, for grace makes all things possible. I walk in peace, I live in joy, and I'm always exactly where I need to be. So I hope that that brings y'all some type of peace. I remember you allowing me to vent and purge. Oh, absolutely, Derek. You know, I got your back. Absolutely. I remember that. Absolutely. Yeah. So like I said, hey, y'all can hit on my DMs. You know, if you don't have that person or whatever, and sometimes you just want neutral people to holler at me. I kind of stick with my little circle because man, I'll be having some things on my mind. So, you know, I just want to extend that or whatever. And even if I connect you with one of my resources or whatever, I would absolutely love to do that. What's for dinner today? All right, listen, I'm going to go get it today. Right. So anyway, yeah, dinner's going to be good. Dinner's going to be good. I'll share next week to keep y'all coming back. But next week's show is going to be on point, y'all. I hope that y'all do join me next week. I'm going to have a guest that's going to talk about, oh, Lord. I have a guest that's going to be talking about using AI to build profitability, to build their business and stuff. And this is a for real AI specialist. This is a real specialist, right? Because some of y'all came for me with one episode. Now, this is a real specialist. So next week is going to be amazing. Hey, Greg. It's been forever. I think the last time I seen you was at, what was that soul food spot over there off of 86th Street? His place. Hug that beautiful, that handsome grandbaby for me. All right, boom. So, all right, y'all, we're going to get out of here. I hope that this episode resonated with you. If you feel moved, please share it with somebody. Share it, right? Let's see. Let me go ahead and do my shout outs right quick. Let's see here. So shout out to my mama. Mama, thank you for listening, right? I told you she was on me. She was like, you going live this week, right? Yeah, I'm going live. Absolutely. Shout out to Lyric, the Grishams, Aunt Anna, my viewers. Y'all know I appreciate y'all so much. Now, you know I have to do my spiel. Yes, absolutely. Courtney, tune in every week. Y'all know I have to do my spiel before I get out of here. Y'all already know Relationship Soup, period. You got to put the period in there, y'all. Relationship Soup Group. That's the forum, Relationship Soup LLC. If you want to follow me, relationshipsoup.com. If you need a greeting card, right? Y'all know y'all got to get them greeting cards and holler at me. Like if you need a greeting card and you local, holler at me, right? Or greeting cards, right? Because it be all kind of occasions and holidays. I'm just saying. All right, so let's see here. Let me make sure I bring on all your comments before I get out of here. Hi, James. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you. All right, so I got that in. So y'all all know the spiel. I hope that y'all will join me next week. And remember, take care of yourself, give yourself grace, and keep showing up. You got to love yourself. It starts with you. All right. So if there's nothing else, I will see you all next week. I love you. And peace.